Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the rules for ascertaining the damages. What is the meaning of damages that we have discussed in the last video? So damages are a monetary compensation allowed to the injured party by the court for the loss or injury suffered by him by the breach of a contract. The object of awarding damages for the breach of contract is to put the injured party in the same position so far as money can do it as if he had not been injured. This is called the doctrine of restitution. The fundamental basis of awarding damages is compensation for the pecuniary loss which naturally flows from the breach. So there are some rules for ascertaining the damages or how to ascertain the damages. The section 73 of the Indian Contract Act deals with the rules for ascertaining the damages in the case of breach of contract. The first rule is the section 73 subsection 1 of the Indian Contract Act 1872 says that when a contract has been broken, the party who suffers by such breach is entitled to receive from the party who has broken the contract compensation for any loss or damage caused to him thereby which naturally arose in the usual course of things from such breach or which the parties know when they made the contract to be likely to result from the breach of it. It is called as rule first. The second rule is section 73 subsection 2 of the Indian Contract Act 1872 says that such compensation is not to be given for any remote or indirect losses or damages sustained by person for the breach. This rule has been laid down in the leading case in the point of Hadley versus Baxendale. The court will take into account only such loss as may be fairly and reasonably be considered either arising naturally and such as may reasonably or supposed to have been in the compensation of both the parties at the same time they made the contract as possible result of the breach of it. So remoteness of damages or damages for remote consequences are usually not allowed in the rule second. In the third rule, in estimating the loss or damages arising from a breach of contract, the means which existed of remedying the inconvenience caused by the non-performance of the contract must be taken into account. There are 2 points, that is, first one is performance of obligation. A person who claims damages for a breach of a contract should have performed for was ever ready to perform his part of the obligation arising under the contract. So, for instance, a person who is not in a position to pay the balance of purchase price cannot recover damages from a vendor who may have committed a breach of the contract. And second one is mitigation of loss. In estimating the loss or damages arising from a breach of contract means which existed of remedying the inconvenience caused by the non-performance of the contract must be taken into account. A person who sues for damages is bound to take all reasonable steps to mitigate the loss consequent upon the breach and cannot claim as damages any sum which is due to his own neglect. So the fourth rule is rule number 4, that is quantum merit. It means as much as earned. When a person has done something work under a contract and the other party repudiates the contract, then the party who has performed the work that can claim remuneration for the work he has already done. The right to the work, the right to claim quantum merit does not arise out of contract as the right to damages, but it is claim based on the quasi-contractual obligation which the law implies in the situations or circumstances. Also, such right or a claim for quantum merit arises only when the original contract is discharged. In the following some cases, the claim for quantum merit arises, that is, where an agreement is discovered to be void and when something is done having no intention to do so gradually. And third one is where there is express or implied contract but there is no mention related to the remuneration. And last one is when the contract is divisible. So this is the rule number 4 for damages. So students, this was the last point of your syllabus. The first topic is over. So I hope that you have understood all the concepts of this topic. If you have any problem, you can discuss with me or you can share your comments under this video on the YouTube also. Thank you.